Okay, you ready? Utpala. Utpala and Allison actually finished their translation assignment. They gave it to me last night. I didn't have time to work on it because I was doing something for the other course. So, but just looking at it quickly, it looks really good. It looked really good to me. So thank you for that. And I'll try to work on it tonight. Okay.
Seems fine.
But they did a good job on their
translation.
They did a good job. Don't be too close to the edge though.
It's not gonna hurt it. You did it the other day and it didn't hurt it. Okay. Yeah.
Don't go too close to the edge. Okay.
Yeah.
If I yell at you, you fall backwards. Where are we?
I think we just finished. The search for 2000.
We finished Cater J.
We had to go up a little bit.
No, I think we're right here.
At that row, Chiro.
Yeah, we finished that. So we're right here. Okay. Cool. Trust me.
I trust you.
Okay, here we go. All right. You want to read you want to read a line just so you can get yelled at?
Yes, please.
No. Say the first syllable. Yeah. S means lengthen it. Dena.
Dena. Takme taraknan drupta shi.
She.
Shi dutsu girim padang tunpa jerab seki shepali tawa shin den la papar.
Then the upper. Then the upper. I took some uppers. Upper. Up. Okay. B after D changes to up. Okay. Upper. If it's a nga after it, the quality of the suffix that follows it changes the quality of this consonant. So it could be wang or up. Okay. See what I mean? It's not predictable until you see the suffix letter. Okay. Dena, therefore, dogme, the fact that things are not themselves. Okay. Emptiness. Okay. By the way, you can't call dogme emptiness lightly in a translation because some schools don't say they're equal, like the Abhidharma school. Okay. So dogme, tawa and rakpa.
Subtle and less subtle.
Subtle and less subtle. Good. These different forms of no self nature. Okay. More or less subtle. Okay. By the way, sometimes a noun can be created in Tibetan by using two other words. Like hot cold means temperature. Okay. Heavy light means weight. Okay. Tarak means subtlety.
Yes, subtlety.
How subtle, or how degree of subtlety. Okay, got it? Druptashi. The four.
Oh yeah, the four schools. Sorry.
Yeah, the four schools. What named them in Sanskrit? And you guys should know. Vaibhashika. Vaibhashika. Okay, which is basically Abhidharma and Vinaya both go into Vaibhashika. The Tibetan word is Chedak Mawa. Say Chedak?
Chedak.
Mawa. Chedak means Chichedrak, right? Details. And Mawa means someone who follows a certain system. So we call in English detailists. And it's because they follow a book that was called Chedatu Chiba. It's called the Detailed Book or something like that. It's an ancient book about sutras. So they follow this book, so they're called detailists. Okay, Vaibhash, like the language of Indonesia is called Bahasa, and it means to speak here. And then before I, S must change to Sha, Vaibhashika. Okay, Ika means follower of that system. Okay, so Vai means details. It's the word where the word vary comes from, or various. Okay, Vaibhashika. They talk about different things. Okay, Vaibhashika. Okay, that's the first school. Vinaya also included into that. So you and Xiaoping are both in the Vaibhashika school for a couple of years. Second school, Sautrantika. Sautrantika. So the word comes from sutra. And you're going to learn about strengthening of Sanskrit vowels. So U changes to Ao. First it changes to O, and then it changes to Ao. So sutra becomes sotra, becomes sautra. Okay? So it just means someone who follows the sutras. Sautrantika. Okay? In Tibetan?
It's
Dodepa. Dodepa. De means like Pitaka or something, you know. They follow the sutra basket. Okay? Sautrantika. Don't mix it up with Svatantrika. Okay? It's Sautrantika. Okay? It's because you can mix it up with school number 4A. Okay? All right, third school? Yeah, Chittamatra or Yogacara. Or what was the other one? But what was the Tibet? What was the Sanskrit name?
No, something.
Sanskrit? Visanti.
No.
We used a different word for mind. It wasn't the one we learned yesterday for mind only.
Namrikpa.
It wasn't
Oh, it's
Chitta.
about practitioner, right?
No, that's an easy one. That's Yogacara.
Yeah.
Mentalist or not?
Yeah, it was mentalist, but what's in Sanskrit? Vijnana.
Yeah,
Yes,
Vijnana.
Vijnana. No.
I think it was.
Was it Vidya something though?
No.
All right, I gotta go look it up. I'm sorry.
Here it
There was a
is.
DZ in there.
Vijnapti. Yeah, Vijnapti. Okay, and the fourth school? Madhyamaka. Okay, middle way. It's divided into two. Lower one? Svatantrika. Svatantrika. And it's not Tantra. It's called Svatantra, but it doesn't mean Tantra. It just means that the word Tantra means
Mainstream?
like stream, okay? It doesn't mean that they are secret teachings, okay? And then the higher, what's another case where Tantra is used, it's not secret? Yeah, Asanga's famous book. And then higher school, Prasangika, okay? So actually there's 5, but he's talking about 4 because he's putting the 2 middle way in the same basket, okay? Okay, Dupta Shin, I'm not going to repeat that ever, okay? You just got the 4 schools' names. Okay, Dupta Shi Dutsu Kirimba Dang Tumbar. Tumba. We had it, you had it. This one, Tumba. Anybody? Tumbo?
Related.
Oh, no, accordance.
Yeah, in accordance. And in modern Tibetan, Konyi Tumbo Shibujidu. Say, Konyi Tumbo Shibujidu. They are really friendly. They really get along. Okay, Tumbo means they get along. Okay, Shibuji means Shintani. Shibuji. Yeah, Shibuji. Shibuji. Okay, anyway. Timbar. J Yabse. Lord Yabyum.
Father, mother.
Yeah, Lord, Father, and Son.
Yeah.
Okay, he has the Seidura, right? This is Se. Okay, so who is the Lord, Father, and Son? Z? Yeah, Jensokapa and his 2 main disciples. Okay, Kishepatar means their position that they take. This Shepa means to take a position. It's not Shepa with an A, which means
Explain.
wah wah. Shepa.
Oh, it's
Shepa.
S.
Jamyang Shepa.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like a lotus.
You get the green drink. Oh, everybody. Shepa. Chitawashin. Tenla Appa, we had it yesterday as Tenla Bepa. We had a different form of it.
So it's a falling.
Tenla Bepa.
No,
Yeah.
dropping.
To put forth, set forth. To set down, to set forth. Okay? A system, normally. Okay? Chao, cha. Future tense.
Will do.
First person, I will. Okay, so here we go. Translate it backwards. Now, I'm going to set forth a system. Oh, because of what I said before, Now I'm going to set forth a system which follows the steps of how the 4 different schools describe the subtle and less subtle forms of no self-nature, and I'm going to do that in keeping with the position taken by the Lord, the spiritual Father, and His sons. So really he's saying, I'm going to follow 2 things. I'm going to do it according to the 4 schools because we already said shirnge.
We don't deviate. It has to be according to the.
There are only 4.
Yeah, there's 4 and there's only 4.
Yeah, yeah.
Fixed at 4. I'm going to, therefore, remember where we were last time? Therefore, I'm going to follow the 4 schools, and I'm going to stick to what Tsongkhapa said, which is very wise. That's my position. I don't know why we would hit a book like that. Okay. Dilanyi, I'm just going to go for a while because we're getting. Dilanyi Chetemba Dan Soso Shepa. First of all, I'm going to give a general explanation, and then I'm going to give separate explanations of each school, what they believe about selflessness, okay? No self-nature, okay? So I'll give a general presentation. Probably it's going to cover all Buddhist schools. And then I'm going to break it down into the various schools. But what's this book supposed to be about?
Emptiness
Meditating on
meditation.
it?
Yeah, how to meditate on emptiness, okay? So what he's implying is that if you learn the different schools, if you can, in your meditation, you can go, oh, let's do mind only today. And let's do Isao Trantika today, and it will skip around. It'll sharpen your knowledge of emptiness, okay. Damboni, Ranchaki Gyuke Dangzen ki kor, Ranchaki Gyuke Dangzen ni korwetsawa yinla. Here's the first, which is what?
Dampani?
General presentation.
Oh.
Okay, just a general description of emptiness according to all the schools. Rangchak is, we had it in the Ram Rim, we talked about it in the Ram Rim, do you remember?
Us guys.
Yeah, us guys. It's a way to sound inclusive. The Lama says, you and me, we have the same problem. It's like you and me. It's kind of humble, humility. Us guys. And you have to find a literary way to say that, not a colloquial way. It's literary. Rangchaki Gyu. Here Gyu means Santana.
The mind stream.
Our minds. Sometimes you can just translate it as mind. Okay, you don't have to be hung up on mind stream. Okay, Gyu means mind, and the Sanskrit there.
Santana.
Oh, sorry, but it can also be tantra. Okay, in our minds, dangzin.
We hold the emptiness.
Oh, the self.
Dark.
Self-nature thing.
Oh, I
Yeah, a belief in a self.
believe in it. Oh.
Okay, a belief in a self, dangzin. And it's tricky because in English, the word self normally refers to people. Although you can say the cup itself. You can say itself, but normally when you say self, you're talking about people. But in Buddhism, it means self-nature. And it refers to tables or cups or people. So you got to play with it. That's your challenge, okay? The reader has to get the feeling that it could apply to things as well as people. Okay.
So would you say grasp these days?
You can say grasp also, because it's false. Grasping, I like to call it the tendency to grasp. Zin. When I translate dang zin, I like to say the tendency to believe that there's a self-nature to things. Okay, I like to call it the tendency to believe or something like that. Is korwetsawa.
Is the root of
Is the root of all is the root of the cycle. Sometimes I call it the cycle, sometimes I call it a cycle of pain. Really, it's the 2 husbands on the stage. He yells at you, you yell back, that's samsara. The husband who doesn't exist in a DCI presentation, who's yelling at you, why does he not exist? He's not your fault. We put 2 males on the stage and we have, we say, the wife comes home, she's tired, he yells at her, she yells back at the one who doesn't exist, okay? So that korwa means, very simply, that korwa just means a cycle with the husband. You see, he yells at you, you yell back. You create the seed that he yells at you, you yell back, and you create what we call a mini cycle, you know, with one person. But you're doing it with everything. Okay. So okay. So the tendency we have within our own minds to believe in a self-nature to thing is the root of the cycle of suffering. Something like that. Tenguso pongwa pongwe bacha tupo jopani dangme topalara le pe de la tesamki chukoso tenguso pongwa pongwe bacha tupo. I'm not happy with this. You got a carving? I don't feel comfortable here.
I haven't heard back from Jason, so I think I haven't found him.
Oh, we have the scan, but it's not a carving.
Right, we don't have a carving.
Oh, I predict this is jikpa and not
Oh.
jokpa.
But the scan might still
Let's see where we
have a
are.
variant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible, but about 80-90% of the time it's...
It's hard to find it in these.
That's definitely true. But you're the best one to do it.
Huh?
I checked their...
You did have one. You checked Library of Congress?
Who's the author? I don't remember.
Chunilama.
Chunilama.
Oh, Jason has it all. He spent like a year collecting it. I paid for
Yeah.
it. Okay.
We should get those.
I,
You want me to look?
Pay, Dirt, is that it? Dirt, no.
Yeah.
I think I know where this might be if we have this.
No, go ahead.
You want me to look?
You look, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we have a address for.
There's a problem here with this word. Something's wrong here, I think. How about you look for it and I'll keep going.
Okay.
Okay. Dengusapongwa, to directly eliminate that.
Oh.
Okay. To directly eliminate that. Sometimes I say get rid of, or sometimes I say rid yourself of, because eliminate has some bad connotations in English. It can mean poo-poo. Sometimes I say to rid yourself of that directly, to eliminate that directly, or simply to, jokpa's the wrong word here, something's wrong there. It probably means to lessen the tupo.
Leftover?
No, that's to Clark. You're
That's
thinking.
Clark.
So tupa means Tibetan soup. It's the most popular food, one of the most popular foods. But tupo means thick.
Oh, right. Tupo.
Okay, tupo means thick. Like ja tupo means this is a really thick coffee or tea.
Like
Okay.
the green juice yesterday.
Yeah. Okay, this word means to establish jokpa. It's probably jikpa, to destroy. Okay, there's something wrong here. Okay, but to probably it means either to directly eliminate that tendency, okay, or simply to lessen the thickness of your bakchak. There's bakchak, okay.
Impressive.
No, I'm sorry. Forget it. It's okay as it is.
Okay.
Okay. It does mean jokpa. Jokpa means to establish. Okay. A thick seed for eliminating.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I misread it. It's my fault. So to just strengthen the seed you have for eliminating it. So either to eliminate this tendency or to reinforce the seed you have for eliminating it. So either you eliminate it directly or you strengthen, thicken your seeds for eliminating it. Okay, got it? You're gonna have to dogme topa.
You're going to have to
Realize that things are not themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to realize that things are not themselves. Rak lepa is a verb. Rak lepa. These three words together. So don't think it's rak with lay and pa. It's not. It's one word. Rak lepa.
Oh, that's trippy.
It means to rely upon, depend upon.
Like 10?
Like ten. Yeah, temba exactly. This is sometimes temba is defined as rak lepa. Okay. So it's an idiom. if you go looking up lay in the dictionary in rock, you're going to get bronze action. Okay. So raglepa is an idiom that means to rely upon. Okay. So, and I'm going to do the whole sentence when we get to the end. Therefore, because of this sa, right? Because of this sa. Therefore, we must, go to the end, we must engage in learning and contemplation on it. Okay. Ter and sam. Okay. Why he didn't say
Gom.
Gom, we don't know. All Buddhist education is in 3 steps. Ter, sam, gom. Ter, sam, gom. Listen in the class. Shrava in Sanskrit. Okay, shruti. Listen in the class. So learning in the class in Sanskrit is called listening. Okay. Shruti. Listen and then go home. Like when you're driving home. I have a half-hour drive home. Then I think about stuff. Is it meditation? I hope not. Because I'll get in a car accident. You see what I mean? So hear it in the class. Think about it while you're having lunch. And then, meditate on it. Okay? This is the Buddhist system of learning. The alternate name for Sera Monastery is what? Sera Ling. Tusan Lorba Ling. The Jewel Island of listening and contemplation.
It's a running joke with the students when we go there because they don't.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the whole sentence. You ready? Here's the whole sentence. The tendency to hold things as being themselves, which exists within our own minds, is the very root of the cycle of pain. Eliminating that tendency directly or strengthening the inner seeds for eliminating that all depends on realizing that things are not themselves. Therefore, we have to engage in learning and contemplation in that subject, okay? Or towards. So I would say this, Utpala. If somebody said, why isn't Gom in here? He said, I already said Gom, Dakme Topa. Here.
Right, yeah.
Okay? To get rid of that wrong habit to think the pen is coming this way. In DCI language. DCI is a separate language in the world. Okay? To get rid of the habit of thinking the pen comes this way, or to strengthen the good habit of thinking maybe it's not, okay? Directly eliminate the habit, or to strengthen your habit to think 5 minutes later after you yell at your husband, oh, maybe he was coming from me. See, that's making your seed stronger, okay? To do those two, you must perceive directly in meditation emptiness, okay? And for that, you're going to have to study these books and think about them. That's the first step. People say, I don't want to read all these Tibetan books. I just want to meditate on no self-nature. No. There's a 3-step process, right? Learn, think about it, and then meditate about it. Okay, read all the books. Take it home in the bathroom. Think about it, and then go out on your meditation cushion. Okay. This is cool. Dena, and this is so Tsongkapian, that each paragraph ties to the last paragraph, right? The paragraph we started on today tied to the last paragraph that we had last time because he was talking about he's going to follow 4 schools. And then he said, well, the 4 schools can all agree on one, So, Dena, therefore, Dutta Shipa. But give me this bow. Why is it bow?
The 4.
The fourth.
More strong. Strengthen it.
All 4.
All 4.
Oh.
Really?
All 4. Yeah, Shipo, the 4, or all 4, same in English.
Okay.
But all 4 is stronger. Okay?
By following
All you know what he's going to say. All 4 schools
teach emptiness.
De.
You,
There's the verb. Here's the subject, normally indicated by an instrumental. By me was gone to the store. Okay. By all four schools, de. Depa.
Accept.
They all agree.
yeah.
Okay, so in English, all four schools agree to what?
Things are selfless.
That the viewpoint where you perceive that things are not themselves
Is the path of
is
liberation.
yin. Okay, and I'm gonna digress here a second.
So the path to karma.
They agree that it is. Daini grammar case. Daini grammar case. You use a lot in, okay, as being. Yesterday, 2 days ago, yesterday? When did it happen? Trump was inaugurated as president. Okay, so this R is as.
Okay.
He became as president. Okay, and they all agree. As the sok.
Isn't that
As a
like
collection?
Huh?
No.
the life?
Yeah, the life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The very essence, the guts,
Yeah.
the life. Okay? The life of the Lam,
The path to liberation.
of the path. Yeah. For those who wish to travel, Drpa means travel or journey to freedom. By the way, I like to translate this as freedom, and I like to reserve Namdrol as
Liberation.
liberation. Okay? Just if you want to, there's a slight difference in the Tibetan, and that's very perfect English correspondence. There's a slight difference between liberation and freedom. Tarwa means freedom. For example, if you outrun a mugger, you've tarwa.
Get out.
Tarwa means to liberate the blood in a medical treatment. Tarwa means to bloodlet. So tarwa. But this is tarwa, okay? Same verb.
What is the kyang doing there?
This doesn't really translate into English very well, but it's something like even all four schools. So in English, it's conveyed by the word all. Okay. Okay. Therefore, all four Buddhist schools can agree that the very life of the path to freedom is to perceive that things are not themselves. Also, all four schools agree. Okay, they all agree on that because he promised us a general presentation. Okay, and in that sense, la kepermek.
Well, it doesn't make a difference.
There's
Doesn't
no
matter what-
difference between the four schools on that subject. La, in regards to that, there's no difference between the four schools. They all agree. You have to realize something is not itself if you want to get free of pain. All four schools. Okay, so they all four can agree. By the way, notice he didn't say tongyi
Right. Because that wouldn't be true.
because in some lower schools they don't. Emptiness is reserved for a special kind of emptiness.
So this is more inclusive. to
Yeah,
say.
anatman. Anatman. Yeah, no self. Short A. Atman, long A. Atman. Okay, very much indivisible. Sorry? Something like that. Indivisible, anyway. Okay, dupla kefamede. Dagme matokpar. Give me that. Tell me that. Dagme matokpar, adverbial.
To realize.
If you don't.
Oh,
Matok.
if you don't realize
Good.
that.
Yeah, if you don't get it, that things are not themselves, that the pen is not the pen. If you don't get it, if you don't understand it, tarpa topa,
Me see.
to attain
Freedom.
freedom, to reach freedom. This is not tupa, that's topa. What's tupa?
That's to teach.
Tupa.
Can.
Yeah, the able ones,
Able.
the Buddha. This is topa, to attain.
To attain.
Okay? Tarpa topa, misi.
Not possible.
Yay, misi. Impossible. Okay, misi. Okay, impossible. Okay. What's the real name of the wheel of life?
Oh, Sipe Corlo.
Yeah, Sipe Corlo.
Sipe.
That in that case, Sipa means existence.
Uh-huh.
In that case, Sipa means existence. Sipe Corlo, Bhava Chakra, the wheel of existence. Okay, but when you meant negative in Tibetan, it means not possible, impossible. It means doesn't exist. Okay, no such thing. No such thing. In colloquial English, we say no such thing. There's no such thing. Okay, as reaching freedom, unless you see that things are not themselves. The pen is not the pen. Until you see that, not possible. Impossible. What's this Che?
I was just going to ask you.
It's
I'm having my cappuccino while you guys deliberate. You deliberate.
he's ending that quote.
Mm,
Oh, really?
good. They all say the same thing.
Uh,
Che, they all say, quote, like it's impossible. You can't achieve freedom without seeing that things are not themselves. Che, they say, they all say. They all agree, duh. And then you can use a quotation mark. You can put from here, dagme, matopa, up to misi.
Impossible.
If you want to go that way, you can put it in quotation marks.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm not sure you have to, okay? And in that sense, keparme. Me.
There is no
Yeah, difference
difference.
between the four schools. He repeats what he said right here. Keparme. They all say the same thing. He repeats twice. There's no difference between the four schools. They all think you have to understand that things are not themselves if you want to get free. What's a real, DCI, let's go to DCI, okay? You yell at your kids on Wednesday. On Saturday, you come home from work and you open the door and your husband yells at you before you say anything. Okay? Then at that moment, you get angry because you think, I didn't say anything yet. I just opened the door and he's yelling at me. Okay? In that moment, you are misunderstanding your husband. Okay? You think it's not your fault. And you say in your word, it's not my fault. You say, ready?
Yeah.
Say it.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, one word. One word. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. He's yelling at me, okay? In that moment, you are misperceiving your husband. And the husband you think you see is not there. And that's kongjing. That's emptiness, okay? There is no husband there that you didn't do anything. Who's not your fault. There's no such husband. That's emptiness. How can that lead to freedom?
You stop.
You don't talk, you don't say. Your husband says you're stupid, and you come in and you go, and you just chill. You say, okay, I'm stupid.
Would you like some coffee?
Yeah, okay, I got a pizza here. And you break the cycle at the first link. You break the cycle at the first link. You understand your husband, and then you don't create the second link. You don't make a pot, okay? And it's all over, the cycle broke. So the whole thing, this whole nirvana, samsara, no self-nature, it's all there in that moment with the husband. It's all there. If you really understand Buddhism, you don't have to go blah, 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 just talk about somebody's husband. And they'll see emptiness. It's DCI is so cool. Okay, this whole text became DCI. Okay, it's very cool. It's very cool. It's reality, okay, with your partner, which is reality. Right? Right, Ben? Right? Right, Nick? No, that's what's funny, because we had this training a couple days ago, because we were trying to communicate better among the management here. And we hired an outside person. And it was kind of funny, because he was teaching us why the person who was being impolite to other people was wrong, but I was thinking it's the fault of all the other people who are not the impolite person. But anyway, okay.
And how does the churro fit into this?
This day is the ending of an assertion. This day is the colon after an assertion, okay? uh,
And that's why.
there's no difference between the four schools on the point that you need to see that understanding that things are not themselves is the very life of the path. There's a consensus, and if you use that word, you'd be very sexy. There's a consensus among all four schools. Consensus means everybody agrees. That because blah 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 blah. Okay, so translate this day as because. They cheer. Translated into English as because followed by what's between them.
Oh.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you.
so the day connects to the cheer because. And then comes what comes between them in English.
Oh, okay.
Syntax. Okay. So there's no difference. There's no difference in how they all believe that this is the life of the path. Okay? Because there's no difference in what they all say. It's impossible without it. Okay, got it? It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very he is relentlessly establishing the need to see emptiness. You know, okay. Okay.
I like this.
Really cool.
De tanam dame dusula kepo. Okay, now this ang is kyang.
But.
Right.
But, okay, but
Or could that whole thing be however? Tetana.
no, just this part. Even though that's true,
Positive.
Oh.
even though that's like that,
Oh, even though that's.
okay? Detana means like that.
If
Ang means even though it's like that, they're capable yut.
they're different.
There is a difference, okay? Even though they all agree that you have to see emptiness to get to freedom and have a good marriage, okay, which is freedom in this case, there is a kepa,
In the
okay?
way,
There is a kepa, there is a difference
in the way
in the
they accept.
dutul about dogme, in what they believe it means to not have a self or not be yourself. How it is.
Yeah. What they accept.
Yeah, yeah, that's better. There is a difference between how they assert that things are not themselves or how they believe that things are not them. There is a big difference. Okay? And he's going to give the first school. Here you go.
Yeah.
Chiramawa in Sanskrit. Vaibhashaka. Before an I, a sibilant must become retroflex. Vaibhashaka. Okay. Vaibhashaka.
So tikka is over.
Like we had one the other day.
Tikka.
No.
Ishvara, for example.
Oh, ish. Oh.
Yeah,
No, he said before that.
Four and I.
sorry. There is some other example I was thinking of. No, she was not.
Tikka.
Anyway, something that ends in an S that hits an I becomes Sha. Okay.
Shivananda.
The Vaibhashikas say, okay, the Vaibhashikas say, now we're going to skip to the verb. We're going to skip to the verb. The Vaibhashika, Chedamawa, believe, okay. I'm sorry, Kach.
Yeah, Kachik Gong.
Okay, this just means a debater, you know, or a proponent of the Vaibhashika, Kachik. Well, let's say some. Well, I would say Chedamawa Kachik.
Cool.
Okay, someone following the system of, or a debater following the system of Vaibhashika would say that the meaning, dun, okay, of Kansaki Dangme Chomo, they would say that the meaning of the subtle form of the lack of a self-nature to the person, okay, they would say, okay, that the meaning of the subtle lack of a self-nature to the person is, okay, and this is not don ba, it's don wa. And then it becomes the fact that blah 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 is empty. Okay? Don ba is emptiness. Don wa is the fact that it's empty.
Wow.
Okay? It's the fact that
We,
uh,
us guys.
Well, here it just means
Oh.
okay. Is the general absence, okay? Is the fact that there doesn't exist a person, the person.
Mm-hmm.
Three different things. Tak, chik, rang, wang, chen. Say tak,
Tak.
not tak. Woo!
Yeah.
Tak means hang me with a rope.
Tak.
Tak means unchanging. Okay. Say tak,
Tak,
chik,
chik,
rang, wang, chen.
rang,
Tak,
tak,
chik,
Chik.
rang, wang, chen.
Rang, wang,
What's
chen.
emptiness according to Vaibhashika?
Doesn't
The,
possess
the fact that there's no
independent
person who is
person,
tak
right?
or chik or rang, wang, chen. That's empty. That's the subtle emptiness of person according to the Vaibhashika. Tak, chik, rang, wang, chen. Why he said rang, chen, I don't know. Probably there's a typal error or there's a carving error. And I'll prove it to you. Okay?
Rather than Rang Wang Chen,
yeah.
He left out the wang.
yeah.
Very unusual. I think it's an error. Okay. Tak, chik, rang, wang, chen. Okay? Tak. I call this the vote, right? Okay? This, the second one, is what he used, or the carver. The first one is what I think it should have been. Let's take a vote. Okay, we'll look through 10,000 books, and we'll see which one's more. Ready? We're gonna use the Sumbum. This is cool. I love to do this. People bullshit. Sorry. People challenge you. You say, "Let's take." Okay, honey. Let's take a vote. All right. Let's look through 10,000 books. Okay. We'll see if you're right or I'm right. Okay. Okay. Like that. You can like mess with them. That's an English idiom. Mess with them. Mess with their heads. It means okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's just see. Okay. Okay. Go. Wang Chen.
Wang Chen.
I get one vote. Ready? Okay, ready? By the way, there's 245 matches in the Sumbum.
So you
Okay,
have to
I
search
got
them
one
separately
vote.
to know how many
Yeah.
votes
For
you get.
both, yeah.
So you'd have to search them separately to
Or you
actually
can
know how many
or you
each.
can click through and
You're
what.
not gonna do it 200.
I'm not gonna do 245. Let's do 20 and just okay.
Okay, but what if
Second,
It's a good point, guys.
2 for me. Third, 3 for me. 4, 4 for
but
me.
I still haven't
Five.
yet uncounted number.
5 for me. Jingmei says you should skip books.
Yeah.
You might be hitting the same one in the same book. She's very correct. Next file, next book. Skip because one author might use the same. Okay.
Whoa.
6 for me. 7 for me. 8 for me. You ready to give up yet? 9 for me. Okay. It's a carving mistake.
I just
Okay.
forgot the word.
It should have been
No one
wrong.
else does it at all?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've never seen it, so if I haven't seen it, it probably doesn't exist.
See, now that's interesting.
Nothing, yeah.
Well, we should hit
We're
his
still
book.
looking.
No.
No,
Oh,
his book's not in the
it's,
database.
no, it's in the unsplit.
It's- yeah.
Okay, we got the book out of the catalog. Okay, nobody ever used it. Got it? Now, let's discuss. Tak, chik, rang, and chen, 3 qualities. Okay?
Independent, self-standing.
Tak,
Unchanging.
tak,
Unchanging.
unchanging.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. By the way, when a Christian person says his soul, okay, your soul will go to heaven. Your body will die, but your soul will go to heaven. There's a part in Stanley that is eternal and never changes. God put a spark in you, and it's there, and after you die, it will go to heaven or go to hell. This is partly the idea. It's an unchanging essence of Stanley. Is the Vaibhashika system. Okay, that doesn't exist. They say that's emptiness. The fact that there's no such thing is emptiness. Okay, chik means
Unitary.
yeah, unitary. Doesn't depend on its parts.
One thing.
Okay, doesn't depend on its parts, and we'll talk more about it. Okay, chik, singular.
I'm sorry.
Okay, singular. Rawang Chen.
Has its own power.
Yes.
Now be careful because there's a word called Tupamapa, or there are words to say self-standing.
Oh,
Wrong.
yeah, one power.
I forget what it is.
Self.
Anyway, so Rawang Chen would be
Having its own.
well. What I used in the 6 flavors of emptiness was in control.
Ah,
The guy in the crane,
Third one?
the guy in the box in the crane,
wow.
okay, who controls, okay.
Was Haggerty.
There's-
Haggerty, yeah.
Yeah, there's nobody, there's no Stanley who's in his brain and he's controlling the arm, you know, move the arm and he can move the arm. Like those big cranes in the construction, and there's a small box up there and so we believe that. There's Michael raised Michael's arm. Where's Michael if he's not part of the arm, you see? They believe there's a Michael up here in my brain there's a real Michael who's you know, pick up the coffee cup and pick up the green drink and okay. Driver. Yeah, driver of the car.
Autonomous.
I like it. Up to you. It's your book.
Is this right? I mean,
Yeah. Well, I think we can, I mean, it's good that we agree. So let's see if he describes it in this book,
yeah.
because that will inform how you translate the word. Okay. How does this author describe it? And by the way, I want you to check the carving.
Okay. We'll have to find
We'll
it.
have to find one.
So maybe, to be honest, most of the time when there's a problem in a text, it's our typist.
Ah,
It's the person. To be honest, it's mostly that. Sometimes there's a carving mistake. Okay, but most of the time it's the people working for us cannot read these books, and we like it that way. When they input all the Greek books, which was done by Hewlett Packard, and my professor, Sanskrit professor, was the person who did it for them. When they input them, the Greek books, first they went to Greece, and they hired Greeks to type the ancient Greek books, and they changed everything to modern Greek. They couldn't get distance from it. They kept typing Greek, modern Greek. They kept putting in this modern spellings. So they went to Korea, and they typed it in Korea, and they didn't make any mistakes. Because for them, it's just a couple of letters, you know. They don't have an idea what it should be, you know. So it's better that we have we don't hire geshes to type the books, because they will fix things
Yeah.
in their mind and they'll make mistakes. Okay. We just want them to be like a machine. What's there? Type it. No, but it's wrong. I don't care. Type it. You know.
Kind of like what I'm doing.
You don't make decisions about that's spelled wrong or right, because it might be an unusual word. We tell the typist, you don't make decisions. Just type what's there. If you think it's wrong, go to the geshe who's in the room, ask him if you can change it. But you don't make decisions, okay? Then people freak out, you know, why you have mistakes in your data? Because the carving had a mistake. And we just type what the carving says. Because I don't want a 20-year-old Tibetan refugee woman in a farm to fix it. Because she'll make a mistake, okay? Got it? Keep going down.
they worship.
Keep going down.
Man, I wish I could.
Stop around here.
It's so awesome. Hey, no, look
There's
at
the
that.
joke poet.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Where is it? Which page?
Too zoomed in to find the page.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, it was a mistake. It's a mistake on the machine. It's a mistake of that typist.
towards the bottom.
By the way,
Way off.
ACIP doesn't use computer-generated books. We invented them. We were the first people to do a computer-generated Tibetan book. We invented the first program, but we don't use it as a source. We always go to a carving. Okay. Then some Russians developed a method to read computer-generated Tibetan. OCR, automatically. They just feed the sheet in. And so a mistake that's made by a typist in Tibet where they don't have any correction, those are getting spread more and more. You see? So we only use carvings. Okay? But we hired the Russian guys with Dr. Wu's money to new books coming out of Tibet that we don't have or that we can't get or where there's no carving or something. We do use those books, like the Sheje Denza, like catalogs made in Tibet. So with the Russian, we have two Russian guys. They sit there, they get books from Tibet, computer books, and they feed them into the OCR. And we get new books that come out of Tibet. Like they do very good research books. the good catalogs of libraries are coming out of Tibet. So those are important. So we don't have access to those. So we have these guys in Russia. They get the books, they scan them, we pay them. Okay.
We have 4 minutes till 8:30, Geshe.
Huh?
We started a little late.
Did we find the wrong one?
No, and it's wrong in the typing.
Oh, it's wrong in there.
It's
too.
wrong. We have to find a wood block. Who is this?
Choni Lama.
Oh yeah, that's Jason has all of them.
Yeah.
In fact, they're on our website at some point.
Yeah.
We might have the wrong email for him.
I think they're on our website. They were on our website.
I thought we had them in the unsplit volumes. But
No, the scans were on the website.
Yeah, I
It's
saw,
on his Facebook.
I saw it too. But it's not in the.
Skyped him since retreat.
Then we'll
Geshe,
fill-
Yeah.
3 minutes till
Could you please
8:30.
look
I
at
know.
your
We started about
database
6
of
minutes.
I know.
scans and see
Okay.
if you can find the Chimamanda
Okay.
scan for this
Yeah.
text reading?
I don't have it on
Could
my
you-
computer.
Could you look tonight or this afternoon or sometime?
So they believe in it.
Yeah.
You guys worry about that. Ready?
Yes.
Tak,
Doc,
tak,
Dog.
chik, rawan chen. Tak,
Dog.
chik, rawan chen.
Wrong chin.
In the Vaibhashika school, if you take away a person who is unchanging, if you take away a person who's in control, tak chik, who has no parts, and you take away a person who is in control, that's emptiness. That's the subtle emptiness of a person. Okay? Now we're moving up. Okay? Ready? Umarang Gyupa Menche. The lower middle way school on down. Lower middle way school on down, meaning school number 2, school number 3, and the lower half of the fourth school. Because we already talked about school number 1, we finished. Okay, so second school, third school, and half of the fourth school. So listen, the word menche means from that one on down, including that one. So you have to understand that. Okay, menche, M-A-N-C-H-A-D. You have to understand that it means from them, including them, on down. Got it? It's not second and third school. It's second, third, and lower half of fourth school. Okay, got it? Umarangipa menche ki rangde means the rang luk. Okay, or the people who follow. So rangde means the people who follow the systems of the independent. I don't call them school. I call them group. So, because I keep to a language where there's 4 schools and there's 2 groups in the 4th school. So I don't say independent school normally. I'll say independent group, meaning the independent group in the middle way school. Middle way school has 2 groups. Okay, so when I translate it, I will say independent group of the middle way school because there's also a consequence group of the middle way school. Okay, why are they called consequence?
Because the consequence of your logic.
Yeah. They say to other, somebody says everything, all fruits are orange. All fruits are orange, and then they will take an apple. They say all flowers are red, so they say, I guess this is red. Okay, that's called prasangika. That's prasangika. The other guy said all flowers are red. Okay, the other guy. Then prasangika say, oh, this is a beautiful red flower, isn't it? Okay, it's called sarcastic, the consequence of your statement is ridiculous. So they're called the consequence school. The name of their school is ridiculous consequence. All flowers are red. Yeah, this is a beautiful red flower here. Okay, got it? That's a prasangika. Okay, those who follow the schools from the independent group in the middle way school, school ki rangyupa group, they say, they believe, here's the verb, they believe, dupa, that the subtle lack of a self to the person, that the subtle lack of a self to a person is the fact that the person is empty of, the fact that the person is, is the emptiness where a person is empty of, okay?
Okay,
Is
say
the
that again.
emptiness, dongyi, where a person, kangsak, is empty of. And in English we say of, and in Tibetan you use the instrumental,
Okay.
with, okay? They believe that the subtle lack of a self-nature of this person is the emptiness where the emptiness is empty of, okay? He used the emptiness and empty of.
Where
Okay, they believe it's the emptiness where the person is empty of, okay? What? Misspelled.
Oh,
That's
should
that's the self-standing. Rangyatupa. Go
be-
this way.
Should be
Oh no, sorry.
B-R-G-Y-A.
We're close.
Go this way. There it is. Spelled correctly in the scan. Okay, RKYA.
Oh,
Okay,
RKY.
okay.
Can I just change it, or do I need to add the exclamation points and all
he
that?
just changed it.
Well, yeah.
Since we saw it in the book.
For the
I would add
future-
those things, yeah, because I just make it a habit because I don't have time to go fix the database and I don't own the database. Nick owns the database. So I can't change it. When I see something wrong, I don't change it. I just make a note. He owns the database. He can change the database. Okay. The sumbum. Okay. Rangya tupa means self-standing. The tupa, as Professor Word said, means able to, can stand by itself. Can stand by itself. Okay, Rangya tupe. Zhe ye.
Yeah.
Zhe ye.
So,
Substantial.
Substantial. And extremely difficult to define.
Yeah.
Every school has a different idea of what substantial means. Okay. Did the president give a talk yesterday? Yes. Did he say anything substantial? No.
probably
Yes.
not.
Substantial means it's something that has a real meaning or substance.
Nisi.
Yeah.
Me-
What's that?
Impossible.
No, let's not go there. Okay, so substantial means, does he object to this? Yes. Is it substantial? No. It's not real. I mean, it's not, substantial means like, strong, or this is, if the table is very shaky, we say it's not substantial. Okay, substantial. Substance, it comes from substance. Okay.
Oh, 2 more minutes.
Okay, got it. And from that point of view, Kepamet.
Oh.
Down here.
Don't agree.
Not different.
There's no difference between those 2.5 schools.
Between the lower
Among
middle way.
those
Yeah.
two men.
About what is the subtle lack of a self to the person. There's no difference between those 2.5 schools. Yeah. School number 2, school number 3, and half of school number 4. Because we covered by Bhashika. We finished by Bhashika.
Okay.
Okay? Got it?
What's the most difference?
Sorry?
So they all believe in what?
Now, according to this author, okay, they believe that the emptiness of the person is that they are not self-standing and they are not substantial. What's that mean is very complicated,
Hundreds of hours.
okay, very
We'll find out in
complicated.
this text, maybe.
But what you saw here, by the way,
Might be in yours.
is that there's a difference between Rang Wanchen and Rang Kyatupa.
Right.
Okay, to be under your own power and to be self-standing are separate concepts. They're different things. And how they're separate, hopefully he goes into it.
Hopefully.
Okay?
That'd be great.
Okay? Why do we get so complicated? I mean, if you spend a couple hours talking about the difference between under your own control and not self-standing, then hopefully you won't get mad when your husband yells at you. That's what we're doing. We're study, so that we have a good marriage. Okay? That's what we're doing. To some key, right? We use listening and we use contemplation to get to where we don't yell at our husband. That's all. All these hours of translating, all these books, are just the husband on the stage, Fantong. Okay, you gotta think like that. That's the beauty of this college. You know, we have this department and we have that department, and we have people having good marriages, hopefully. Okay? You have this department feeds that department, feeds the world. It's a beautiful college. It's a beautiful idea. Okay. All right.
That's time.
All right. We're gonna start with Kedubje. Okay.
Okay.
By the way, the reason he's gonna quote Kedubje, you tell me. Guess. He's trying to prove something. I'll give you a clue.
Well, because Kidduji said it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's gonna use lung.
Scriptural proof.
Yeah. There's two ways to prove something. You can logically, or you can quote some cool guy. You know, Led Zeppelin said so.
There is a stairway.
You know? Okay, so what's gonna come next? The reason it comes next is Choni Lama is respecting the ancient tradition that you don't say something unless you prove it, and that's why you guys are gonna learn to make a good footnote.
Okay.
You know, everything you say that might be wrong or controversial in your translation, but in the footnote, because you have the database. You don't believe me? Kedubje said it. Okay, that's his footnote. You're going to use footnote. You're going to use the database. You don't believe what I said? You know, here's proof. That's why it takes me so long to translate a book, because I spend more time on the footnotes than on the translation. Okay.
We're supposed to start with the next person in 7 minutes.
There's not a single sentence in the ACI courses, well, almost, that doesn't come directly from scripture. There's in 10,000 pages, there's not a single page of anything else. It's all from scripture. Okay? And that's the way it should be. Okay. Thank you. You ready? Sangye Shindu Mite Uwargi Jokunamda Shingla Japarsho Hirang Guru Ratna Mandala Kamniyatayami Kewoku Sunam Yeshe Tsozo Sanam Yeshe Lechungwe Tambar Kuni Tokpasho. I got a nice picture of you guys.
Cool book.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah,
My goal is that every person says, "Oh, they got the sexiest book."
that's awesome.
It's good.
We're starting at 5.